Chapter 1, Young Edward. Numerous people wonder about becoming something new. Or something to change the ways. Maybe be a leader as a president or be rich like a billionaire. There's one man who will become the greatest of all, more than anyone could imagine, but this story is just the beginning. A 7-month-old unborn baby in the mother's womb, as of yet. The baby is in pre-birth, meaning it has not been born yet. Everything in the mother's womb feels like being under the sea. The baby is the fainted man floating under the sea. At that moment, there is a light. And something beautiful and mysterious came into the mother's womb to meet an unborn baby. Like a ghost entering someone's body, and it felt real. As you can feel the human skin, the baby barely opens his eyes to see what it is. It's a beautiful, mysterious woman who came in with a bright light as heavenly as if it is a god. But it's a beautiful woman. God is a man that called himself Heavenly Father. The baby thought it was time for it to come out, as he think the woman is the nurse who was willing to take him out. But it still has is that 2 months left. The beautiful woman has a glorious white face, like the American girl with bright white skin. There is one girl as a friend I met who is very much beautiful with blonde hair, as if she is an angel. But the woman the baby saw in the womb is someone that no one has ever seen. "Hello, my dear child," said the mysterious woman. The mysterious woman spoke to the baby. "I have a gift for you," said the mysterious woman. The mysterious woman magically appeared with a glowing crystal, called the power gem, on her hand as she held it. Yet, the baby doesn't know about it. The power gem glows like a bright purple light bulb like the sun. The power gem is a source of power, created by stars a long time ago after the Big Bang. It can affect the soul of any living human or any creature, and combine any element into a superpower. The woman immediately puts the power gem into the baby's body without pain. Then a beam of light shines on the woman and disappears without any trace. It was mysterious what had just happened. Who was the mysterious woman? What did she do to the baby? And most importantly, who is the baby? That unborn baby is me. I was resting in my mother's womb, waiting to hatch and enter the world. I felt the brightening light as if that was the mysterious beautiful woman. But it was coming from the womb wall like the sunlight shining undersea. I searched ocean images on the internet, and the picture. The womb was open like the Ziploc bag. 2 large hands covered with blue rubber gloves entered the womb, and then put me out of my mother's womb. As they're putting me put, I can feel my skin rubbing against my mother's wall skin like feeling the touch of a fish or snake. I can't remember which to compare, snake or fish, to my mother's skin. I remember the moment I touched the fish skin in the seafood section of the grocery store out, and the moment I put my direct studies teacher's pet snake. I mostly believe it's the snake that I felt when I was being put out from my mother's womb. The doctor cut her the string connected from inside the womb to Edward's belly. I was a bit messy as I was bathed in tomato sauce. The nurse took me from my mother to put my wash and brought me back to my mother. I'm born on September 2nd in the year 2004. And I live with lovely rich Hispanic parents. My mother is named Maria and she is from Honduras, a country in Central America. My mother's husband, my dad, named Francisco, standing by the door. He's from Mexico. Before I was born, my mom felt pain as I wanted to get out. The nurses carried Maria to the operating room. Francisco wished to follow them to watch over his wife until a male nurse stopped him. "Sir, please wait in the waiting room," said the nurse. "We will take care of your wife." "Thank you, sir," said Francisco. Another nurse came by to take the husband to the waiting room. The husband walks with the nurse to the waiting room. Other people are sitting on the chairs. "Stop. This is where you will be," said the nurse. "What's your name?" the nurse asked. "My name is Francisco Harrison," said Francisco. "Please wait here until we call you," said the nurse. Francisco goes to the water cooler dispenser. He took a paper cup from the side of it. Francisco filled up some water and brought it to the chair. Then he sat down and waited. An hour later, Francisco was found sleeping on the chair while waiting for his call. His face was covered by a sports cars magazine he had read earlier. The nurse came into the waiting room to pick up Francisco. Francisco, the nurse called, Francisco. Francisco heard his name being called. He immediately woke up and yawned. He wiped his face as he removed the magazine from his face as stretched. "That was a nice nap," said Francisco. The nurse called him again. "Here," said Francisco. "Your son has arrived," said the nurse. "Yes," said Francisco, "and my wife." "She's doing fine," said the nurse. "She's in the patient room." "May I see her?" Francisco asked. "Certainly," the nurse answered. "She's in room D159. I will take you there." Francisco follows the nurse and walks to the patient's room. They arrived at room D159. Francisco enters the room and sees his wife holding a baby boy while Maria is lying on the medical bed. Francisco gets a closer look at his son. The baby boy is sleeping peacefully in his mother's warm arms. I opened my eyes wide for the first time, and I saw my mother and my father. I'm the son of the Harrison family. He smiles and giggles for joy. "Alice Lindo," said Francisco. "Alice Nuestro Hijo," said Maria. "What will be his name?" Francisco asked. "Not sure," said Maria. "They're figuring out what should they name me. They took their time to guess until they named me Edward Harrison. I smile at them as they see me love that name. Edward defines a rich, happy, and guardian person. Although, the doctor came into the room. He wanted me to stay for my health check. They wanted to know if I have any allergies. Mr. Harrison, I need to have for son and wife stay for the health check, said the doctor. Sure. Do you what you need to do for my son, said Francisco. My dad nodded as he understood. He thought it will best for him to go home and then come back tomorrow for pickup. Honey, I will be going home, said Francisco. I will come back tomorrow for you. It's fine with me, said Maria. See you tomorrow, my love. Take care, said Francisco. You do, said Maria. Francisco goes out of the room and exits the hospital. He takes his key out of his pant pocket and locked his car, then drove home. The next day, I finished my health check. My dad came back in the noon. He went to talk with the doctor. The doctor has the results of my health check. How is my son? Francisco asked. According to the results, your son is healthy and gladly he has 100% no allergies, said the doctor. Thank you, said Francisco. My dad comes into the room to meet with my mom. My mom is sitting on the bed while holding me. I was wrapped in a soft, comfy blanket like a burrito. I'm in a sleep and my body is in function so that I'm not yet to move or speak. My dad comes closer to me and my mom. He kissed my mom's forehead. My mom passed me to my dad for him to hold me while my mom changed into her casual clothes. My dad carried me out to the room and waited while mom is changing. After the mom come out of the patient's room, we exited the hospital. My dad passed me back to my mom and takes his car keys out of his pocket and unlocked his car. He drives a 1990 Ford Toyota Sienna.
To continue reading Chapter 1 Young Edward, please go to the next for Part 2. Thank you. Please like, share a comment, and subscribe to AM Universe.